I'm excited to have you here, but I'm also excited because the last time I interviewed you on this set of Young and Hungry,
we had a real good time.
We had such a good time because your co-star Jonathan Sadowski went on a tirade saying, I don't selfie, girls shouldn't selfie, girls that selfie, I unfollow them.
They're so lame, and my girlfriend doesn't do it, I think that's awesome. And then I was like, really? Because you have all these selfies on my phone.
and she pulled them out and she showed them and it was fantastic. It was great. So is he selfieing still on set?
Probably. Yeah. He does it as a joke, like he'll take my phone and take a selfie of himself, but it's still like you're taking a photo of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. The show is doing so well.
Yeah.
Trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's really cool. I know, it's like we expect it now. It's like weekly. We're like, yes, we're gonna trend again.
Really,
it's
you start
Wednesday,
to expect it, and you go.
It's bizarre. It's crazy. The internet is so useful for us because we can promote in so many different ways, either Twitter, or Instagram, or Facebook, or whatever, and it has a big following, which is great.
Right.
And the Young and Hungry team is really good about uploading Instagram photos like every other day of upcoming pictures from the show and whatever.
I love that you talked about selfieing on your Twitter. You said something about I think you were at a concert, a live concert, and you said nobody should selfie at a live concert.
Yeah,
so
you do have your strike from God. Yeah, that's what I said.
What, is it like the girls that are like, oh, I'm here?
Well, I was at this really bizarre. I was at the opening of like my friend's new bar and something, and they're like taking pictures of themselves while the band is playing, and I was like, oh, they're taking a picture of the band, and they weren't.
And then you talked to yourself. You said something about standing up straight because I'm a sloucher.
Oh yeah, during the live tweet. It's funny how I remember because I'm very careful about my tweets, so whenever you mention, I usually recall exactly which one you're talking about.
Right.
But slouch, really slouch. It's bad.
You're not right now.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it. No, but I'll be driving in the car, and then my boyfriend will just like push me like that. I'm like, oh, sorry. He's like, you really slouch. It's terrible. It's an awful thing.
Same thing. That's why they prop me up on pillows. Wait, he does this?
Yeah, no, I'll just be driving, and then a finger will come over, and he'll do this, and he'll push me. I'm like, oh, okay.
I think you said recently that you and Jonathan, people will sort of want your characters to get together on this show, and that you're sort of hoping it might be like the new Ross and Rachel, the new Friends. And I just saw the clip when you were on Friends.
Oh yes, as a tot.
As a tot.
Yeah.
And I thought, because I read that you were on Friends, I mean, it was years ago, and I thought, well, how old was she?
I think I was 7.
Schooling and doing acting, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
That was a really hard thing for me, especially because when we were shooting Hannah Montana, my high school scholastic career was completely synonymous with when we were shooting Hannah Montana.
Right.
And I was doing like midterms and finals and stuff and I would have to take the test at the exact same time that everybody back at school was taking the test because they didn't want cheating. And so we would be shooting or we'd be rehearsing, and in the schedule it would say Emily has to take a midterm at 2:30, so we have to stop for half an hour or whatever so she can take her test. It was crazy. Yeah.
I love we said that at the same time.
That was crazy.
Crazy.
It was nuts.
Yeah. So if we're talking love triangles, I know Jesse McCartney. He was on the last episode of the show.
He was. He's on the one tonight.
He's on another one.
Yeah.
I love you and Jonathan together, but now I kind of want Jesse to stay on the show. Jesse McCartney.
He's such a great addition to the set. He really is, because it's kind of girl heavy. Especially with Rex Lee. And Jonathan's really the only strong, leading male on the show.
And he selfies.
And he selfies all the time, so he's a little girlier than we thought. But I like the love triangle too, and the reason I mention the Ross and Rachel thing all the time is because I think the writers on that show did such a great job of dragging it out. And once they get together, you're satisfied.
Right.
And you don't want to be satiated just right now. You want to have everybody wait, and then maybe they'll get together, and then they won't. Because if they get together early on, then you
want them
interest.
to, and then you don't. You're right.
Yeah.
But you two have a lot of chemistry on screen. Is that something? Because Shailene Woodley was here, and she said something really interesting. She said that she doesn't always feel it at the time, but when she watches it back, she sometimes sees it.
That was something that I actually definitely agree with her on. There's been times where I'm like, I don't know if Jonathan and I have the chemistry that I think we do, and then I'll watch it, and everyone's like, you have really good chemistry. And the writers think we have really good chemistry, so that's all that matters. It's more like a brother to me, so I think that's maybe why.
Yeah. So wait, we have a couple other projects to talk to you about. Rainbow Brite.
Rainbow Brite.
You're voicing Rainbow Brite.
I know, I think I could talk about that. Yeah.
That was when I used to eat bread balls. Is when I used to watch Rainbow Brite.
We're gonna put that in episode 5 or something.
Rainbow
Brite throws bread balls at
we're gonna have special effects coming in.
Weird neighboring rainbow planets.
So you just started doing that. Did you just start voicing?
I did just start. That was really cool. Voiceover, I love voiceover. It's something I've done since I was a kid. My brother and I both have. And it's weird because it forces you to act without your body and completely convey whatever you're trying to do with your voice. Rainbow Brite is incredibly enthusiastic because she's Rainbow Brite.
Yeah,
and
nothing bad
I went in there
happens.
and I would come out of the session and just be like, I have to go run now or something. Because they're so hyped up on being Rainbow Brite. It's great. It's a really cool opportunity.
It's a fabulous profession that you've
fantastic. Yeah.
So let's talk about cleaners.
Yeah, cleaners. That was.
Are you and Emmanuel? You're friends, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Emmanuel's like a fallen angel. She's like the nicest girl you'll ever meet in your life.
Totally
she's
ugly.
wonderful.
I mean,
she's hideous, but like she's nice.
But what's so cute about it is like I think people are used to seeing you, the fun, perky, and then you're a badass with those guns.
Oh yeah, totally. That was one of the coolest parts about cleaners was that they actually put us through a lot of training. And we did a lot of training with guns. We went to the shooting range, which I've never done because I'm not a gun girl. And in the trailer for Cleaners, they put in this big, massive like spin kick that I do that I worked on for months. And when I got there, they wanted the stunt double to do it, and I was like, no, I'm doing the spin kick. And I did it.
So how is it for you, going from a studio where you're shooting a sitcom live audience to being out in Puerto Rico?
That was amazing. That's one of the coolest parts about any sort of job that you get is you just never know where you're going to travel, and especially being on a soundstage for quite a few months with Young and Hungry, it's really nice to get those opportunities where you do get to travel and go to Puerto Rico. And that was one of those things that we said for season 1 of Cleaners was, if we do a season 2, we're going somewhere tropical because it's such a fun crew. And the cast is very, very close, and our writer-director Paul Layden is one of the nicest people in the world. And we all got along so well that he was like, why don't we just make it sort of a vacation the next time we do this? And so we went to Puerto Rico and worked.
Puerto Rico with your friends.
It was great.
So in the spirit of the show, I wanted to ask you about a couple of your co-stars or people you might have worked with. Sure. Because we are Young Hollywood, you are Young and Hungry. I'm going to say Young and I'll have you describe them with one word.
Oh no, okay.
Okay. Young and Ashley Tisdale is Young and...
Young and Vibrant.
Jonathan Sadowski.
Young and Selfie.
Okay. Jesse McCartney.
Young and Singing. He sings.
Good.
Young and Dancy.
That was a great play on words.
Okay, thanks.
Your brother.
Young and Awesome.
Aw, you lied about him too, which is totally
He's great.
adorable.
He pretends like he doesn't like social media, but every time we're together, he's like, hey, can you retweet that? Like, hey, can you send me that picture?
This is the thing. Boys so secretly like it more than girls. I know.
So cute.
And last but not least, yourself.
Young and Hungry. Does that work?
That's really good.
Okay,
That's really good. And of course, I have to ask you the obligatory food questions. Your comfort food.
Comfort food. Sometimes I'll make spaghetti and meatballs. I'm really into meatballs. I'll make the meatball and then I'll put like brie and stuff in the middle so that it's all cheesy and stuff. And I really like spaghetti and meatballs.
And if you did have a personal chef,
your
own personal chef, what meal do you think they would be cooking most often in your house?
I've been doing a lot of like salmon recently. And salmon is really hard to do right. I've been doing like breadcrumbs, crusted salmon on rice and things like that. And it's really hard to perfect. So I'd like Anthony Bourdain to like come over and teach me how to do it, or Chef Gordon Ramsay.
Didn't you say he was like a dream guest on the show?
Yeah, I think I talked about that last time I was here. I love his show. I think he's amazing. He's so cool.
He could be on your other arm at the Teen Choice Awards.
Yes! Oh my God! Next to Billy.
We will let you have that little square of the pillow. We'll cut it out for you and we'll let you take
it
home.
Weird. He's like, sure, you can take my picture. Don't smile or anything.
That was so one of your deadpan vines.
You love my vines.
I love your vines. Can we go out on a deadpan?
Can we go on it? Yeah, sure.
We do it?
Which camera do you want to do the deadpan? There's like 12. Which one do you want to do? In the middle?
You choose.
Okay.
I'm all about whatever you want to do.
Young and deadpan. Ready? 1, 2, 3.